Welcome all. So as you've been aware, there's going to be a MEA session between REV3AL and ONINO. And as always, as all the MEA starts, we're going to start with an introduction from both ONINO and REV3AL to explain who they are, what they're trying to do, and what they're trying to achieve in this space. So I'm not sure who wish to start, either Mo or Lucas or anyone else would like to start the introduction to kick off.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks, Manifesto. Thank you for allowing us this wonderful AMA with an amazing community. I was watching ONINO's community and going over their stuff, and I really am impressed by how they've been able to gather a very tight-knit community. They have done a wonderful job from where they are, and we are grateful, and we're very pleased to be able to start this partnership, and we believe it's going to be a long-lasting and fruitful partnership. Thank you.
Okay, Mo, so what's the REV3AL trying to do?
So, guys, I just tell you a little bit about myself, and my partner Adam is I think is in a sports car. They're going to NASCAR, and him and his buddy, they're going to NASCAR, and I don't know how loud it is, but he'll be joining us as well. I always like to give a little brief introduction of how we got here, why we're here, and who we are. So my name is Mo Kumarsi. I've been in a space about 6 years now, and I've seen everything. I've been able to be graced enough to advise over 30 different major companies. Started REV3AL with my co-founder, my buddy Adam, and that's our baby. And we've seen everything under sun. I'm not saying it's so great to advise so many companies. So many of them didn't make it, but we learned a lot. So many of them did great, but in the process and in the trenches, from helping companies from A to Z, you see what works, what doesn't work, what is changing with times, and how you can make a project successful. Seeing what market makers use, what dexes to go into, what marketing agency to go to, how much money you can save by not going to certain people, what kind of community do you need to build, what do you need to build that community with, there's so many different aspects. As you guys would know, starting a company, there's a lot of low background, there's a lot of work that goes into the background. So we are operation wise, structural wise, because a lot of people forget it is a business. It's not just a lot of times people open a coin or bring out the project, but they don't have the infrastructure afterwards to be able to build a solid business. For us, we understand this is going to be critical in the stage. REV3AL is going to be the Norton 360, like the antivirus. It's going to be the 360 in the for protection in the metaverse and beyond, and we're going to be able to do very great things. We're looking at right now to bring REV3AL as a standard of protection. So we're definitely very, very grateful for everybody being on. It's early morning, guys. I just woke up about half an hour ago. Been it's great when you own your own business and you're in the what's it called, crypto world. You could get up you want, but so I'm just having my coffee, and really great to see if my partner is available as well. He has a few words to say, or is it too loud there? Adam, you're there?
He was, but he will join.
Hey guys, Adam here, otherwise known as the Bit Dragon. Thank you so much for everybody's time. I know it's the most valuable thing you guys have, obviously. Thank you for ONINO hosting this, and Manifesto and Lucas. You guys are amazing. We appreciate it. And today I'm on my way to a NASCAR event in the Porsche race car. So believe it or not, he's only running on half the engine, so he can keep the sound down in the background. If he turns on the whole engine, it would be so loud you guys wouldn't hear me. But I truly do appreciate you guys being on the call today. So I'll just give you my quick background. My background was actually in cybersecurity. I worked in risk assessment and vulnerability assessment for many years. And what we do is we would provide white hackers that would hack enterprise companies, and we would then find out what was wrong with those companies, and we'd provide them with a solution, right? In about 2014, I raised capital for a company called First Contact Entertainment, and during that time, it was the XR space, which is virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, which I love. I got really passionate about that space, and during that time, they actually were building the Firewall 0 Hour by Sony PlayStation for VR software game, as well as Walking Dead virtual reality game. And then in 2016, I got involved in the crypto blockchain space with my partner in crime, Mo, who's on the call here. We actually got involved as blockchain advisors for many different companies over the years. And then through that process, we also became investors in multiple projects and thought leaders. And so we've been really actively involved and passionately involved in this space for a long time. And one thing that I've realized as a degen in this space, we've gotten scammed, right? We've gotten scammed on all different types of things, whether it be an ICO back in the Wild Wild West, or as recent as the NFTs. And if I can get scammed, the masses don't stand a chance, right? So we realized we needed to create some kind of solution, and it's one of the reasons why we created REV3AL, which is to provide a peace of mind. The word reveal has a 3 in it, and that 3 stands for create, verify, and reveal. And our tagline is all will be revealed, which really simply means we're going to reveal you if you're a fraud or a scam, or we're going to reveal you if you're real. And so when we start the process of going into this space now, with a brand new person, you really need to have some type of a protection around you as you go from an NFT marketplace to gaming platforms to the metaverse. We'd like to put an invisible shield of protection so you can have peace of mind. So that's just kind of just a nutshell of my background a little bit. I'll turn it back over to you, Lucas.
All right, thanks a lot. Now, Lucas or Alex, would you like to explain more about ONINO? I know we know a lot about you guys already, but we'd love to hear once more.
Once again, the same story now. Sure, we can. Thanks for starters to Adam and Mo. Some things you just said I didn't know, like for example, where the name REV3AL came from. It's really interesting. But yeah, now let's get to ONINO and what ONINO essentially is. Yeah, we are, to make it short, we are building a blockchain. So what is this blockchain for? When we started ONINO, we were thinking about how do we leverage the technology behind blockchain and decentralized structures to make it accessible to the public and to benefit as many people as possible. And one key aspect we've immediately seen that is missing in current decentralized space is like the easy, accessible, and manageable decentralized identities. Like how do you apply a decentralized identity to a structure that is fully transparent and on the same time completely encrypted? How do you make this accessible to everyone in the internet? And that's when we started thinking about building this framework, which is then essentially the ONINO blockchain, the dual chain architecture combined with our ONINO dashboard, which will be, you could say, the interface to interact with your digital identity and all your tokenized assets. From this thought process, the whole concept behind ONINO arose. So ONINO essentially can be split into 2 parts. The blockchain, which will allow a nearly uncountable possibilities for layer 2 applications built on the blockchain itself, since we allow people to easily make their digital identity accessible. You could say we built a technological basis for decentralized accounts. And then the second part is the ONINO dashboard, which is essentially a tool to handle your decentralized identity, your decentralized accounts. This are the 2 key parts of ONINO. And from there, we will start building many, many layer 2 applications. And if Kai or Alex want to add something to my more or less structured explanation, go ahead.
No, I think it was really great from both parties explaining what you guys trying to do. But as always, all people are wondering how it all started. So can both parties tell us about your journey? How it all started when you entered the blockchain world, and was it difficult for you at that time? And now that you see that the world has adapted to the space, and what's your thoughts on it? Mo, would you like to?
Sorry, you manifesto. You got to speak louder, buddy. You're speaking very, very.
Yeah, we're having trouble hearing you.
We can't hear you, bro.
Okay, sorry, I will try again. So everyone is wondering how it all started, right? So when you entering the blockchain world, and was it difficult for you at that time, and how or now what you see in the world has adapted to the space? What's your thoughts on it?
Yes, I've, as Adam would tell you as well, when I got in myself, particularly, it was much easier because there was only a few hundred coins. I think 150, 200 coin, 200 in a coin market cap or coin gecko. And in existence, there was no dexes, there's no all these coins coming out every day. So it was much, much easier to get a handle of things and to be on top of new technology. There wasn't the DeFi sector. There wasn't so many different sectors that you had to keep your eye on. It's innovation is great, but it's also a double-edged sword because you cannot be on top of everything and get to know everything. And that's where when new things come in, that's where a lot of people get burned as well. And we saw all with the DAO, supposed DAOs right now, none of them are DAOs. Wonderland, Jade Protocol. My buddy Adam was actually telling me we should. I'm like, man, these are I don't know. He's like, we should try them out, and we saw it ourselves, and we even put money in and just just to see, and we lost a whole bunch because the system what they said didn't work with the voting, and they're gonna buy back. So what they said that DAO wasn't a DAO. Where I'm getting with this is like with the NFTs. There's so many JPEGs that have zero value, but they've got great marketing. So, but there's so many great projects on top of that. So how do you find all these great companies in the midst of all this chaos and noise? That's where you need a great team. We've been blessed and grateful to have so many wonderful people around us. I've built a very great, solid team that are inner circle, that are captains of the industry in the crypto side. No, not just VCs, the top advisors, not just not just people that are running the companies, the CEOs. We pretty much know a lot of people I've been able to meet with, have dinners with, be able to congregate with, and speak with very frequently. And this gives you an upper edge to what's going on. In crypto, I don't care what people say. If you don't have, I wouldn't call it insider info, but it is kind of.
No, you can call it. You have to call it insider info. That's really what it is,
right? And you got to be able to be in tune and get to know the people that are moving the industry. What's happening? If the market makers are telling us May is going to be a good month, not financial advice, guys. We're not financial advisors. We're not here to give you any financial advice. So if they're saying that, we're going to go with that because they're the ones that understand what's happening. If KuCoin and different exchanges is telling us different things, we understand what's happening because they are the ones that are pretty much moving the market. And we're smart in a ways, but we also know we listen to people that are experts in their industry. So that's one of the ways we've been able to get such good advice and bring on. And by the way, REV3AL right now has some of the best advisors in the whole world. If you look at our pitch deck, I'm telling you, I've looked at our pitch deck, compared it side by side by many coming projects, even many projects that are out there. Our advising team, our team is just bar on. I've been in the industry. We started with so many companies, and I've not seen a better advising team that I've been a part of. I've seen in a long time. So we've been able to be blessed to bring such a great team together. One of my great friends, Mr. BitDragon, Adam. We were just in Dubai together for a month. We're in Costa Rica. He's been in Bitcoin Miami and a whole bunch of great events lately, and they're going to some wonderful events, and he's been able to meet some great people himself. So if I could tell you one thing about this industry is get to know the right people, get educated. If you don't want to get scammed, start understanding what you're doing and where you're putting your time and energy, and put some work in. Start learning about MetaMask, start learning about not giving your seed keys out, and start learning not to DM people back, understanding how Telegram works, the basic things, guys. People want to go out and ask, what is it that we could do not to get scammed? In my opinion, just very short, I want to tell people master the basics. Manifesto, you know yourself as you guys managed a lot of Discords. It's so easy to get sucked into a Discord DM and sucked into a fake website and buying fake NFTs. These are the simple things. If you could just teach people the simple things in life. My buddy just got scammed for I think 12 bitcoins. This was Bitcoin was like 50 grand, so it was a little bit more expensive. I think, and he went to a bar, and this was he didn't have a charger, so he asked a girl asked him, "Do you want to use my charger? You know, the power bank." And I guess he was drunk. I don't know what happened. He put in the charger. Next day, his Bitcoin was gone. And I'm not kidding you. A good friend of mine, 12 Bitcoins. It was 11 or 12 Bitcoins, I believe so. And he was choked. He was like, "No, man. Good thing he had a lot. He had a lot more than that." However, using someone's power bank and losing your money, that is why we started REV3AL, because we understand we could have started anything, but for us to protect people, to save people from this, from being scammed, from people being able to have sleepless nights, we thought about it. This industry security is much needed, but it's not sexy. That's why not a lot of people are not pursuing it. However, we have a mission to protect people and make security sexy again, if that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Lucas, you want to add on top of it?
Yeah, I think it's, I love the approach and the perspective that basically blockchain is just at the start of full adoption, like let's call it mainstream adoption. It's like, it feels like we are almost like the 2000s, the dot-com bubble, and everything is starting out and everyone is jumping on the ship and building their own projects. And then in there are so many different things. So you don't know how to differentiate the legit products and projects from the ones who are fraud and who are just, you could say, basically rug pulls. And I love that you are basically tackling one of the key problems, which is trust and how to stay secure without having to put in hours every day to stay on top of things. I love the approach of REV3AL and how you try to solve things.
But what you Lucas or Alex or Kai, what you guys, how it all started with ONINO? How you guys decided to make ONINO, or how it all started, where the idea comes from?
Yeah, it was a basically a long journey. I will just do the introduction and then maybe Kai or Alex can add on to it. We essentially started by thinking what is missing in the space today to make it really usable for everyone out there, to make it usable for everyday applications, to, for example, like a simple online shop. What is there? And then something that quickly got clear to us is that the thing missing most is an easy way to access and store digital identities. And from there, the whole idea around ONINO is, and to go more into detail, I guess Kai or Alex can add something onto how we are doing it and why we are doing it, especially.
So I would maybe like to add something about the why, because Lucas said, yeah, we noticed that this technical part is totally missing. And in our heads were basically like 1,000 use cases that could be implemented based on that technology. And we had a hard time struggling and contemplating which use case we should pursue. So that in the end, we just thought, hey, why not do all of them and just provide a platform? So all of these use cases can be implemented by either us, by either the community, either someone starting a new business, by companies. So this is an important part in our journey that we realized, okay, we want to build this platform and enable everybody to build amazing apps using secure but still decentralized data storage.
Nice, very nice.
Wonderful. Thanks, guys, for explaining.
Obviously, I both love projects on ONINO and REV3AL, and probably lots of people will agree with me as well. But how will this partnership add value to the future NFT security? I know because ONINO tried to implement this and both as REV3AL, but how this partnership will make it the best security, let's say, in crypto space in the future?
So I see a lot of potential partnerships there that we can use and apply the technology from REV3AL. So as the ones of you that have read our light paper or checked out our website know, a lot of our potential future business cases depend on the tokenization of real-world identities as well as assets. May it be your car, your watch, whatever asset you own. There can be tons of D-apps implemented that allow you to tokenize your assets or certain assets and connect them with your decentralized identity. But I think also here, especially the anti-counterfeiting technology from REV3AL could be extremely helpful to improve the security of these digital twin NFTs that can be built on an ONINO blockchain. So I think this is the perfect match there.
Nice. Mo, would you like to add anything, or Adam?
Yeah, I believe what our technology, we'd be able to not just protect the future layers. Like, let's say if you're bringing on, you guys are being able to, for us, we are, if you look at our roadmap, we're going to protect not just NFTs and being an NFT company. We are looking at being able to build even on the blockchain for security-centric, or being able to be a security-centric ecosystem. So the securities of the NFT is the first part, but if you look, we got many. Yesterday, we locked up another partnership. We got about 40 partnership. I think 15 of them in the metaverse. About 6 or 7 of them are very, very, very powerful, and they are very big companies as well. And I believe they're gonna overtake, not financial advice, overtake Sandbox and Decentraland, these companies that are absolutely massive that we are partnered with. So we understand the future is in the metaverse and beyond, and we want to be there first. So for us to be able to protect someone's Bored Ape Yacht Club painting, or what the Rolex watch that they're flexing, we want to make sure that people say who they are. As we always say, reveal without it reveal you, whether you be a fake or real, you be revealed. So for us, we're looking much more than just NFT security and authentication and proof of provenance. We're looking more into we're more looking into the world of the metaverse and beyond. And for us, we're looking at being the Norton 360 protection. So one of the things is great is because now you have the REV3AL brand with you. People understand that ONINO and REV3AL is going to be cares about security, and for us, we want to be that standard, like we say, like I keep saying, like a McAfee or Norton of the metaverse and off the blockchain, because what your blockchain wants to do later on, we do have functions coming up, which I'm not going to go into. We do have innovations that are going to be really critical for the protection of this space. But what I tell Adam, and we always speak of, we always want to do A, B, C before we talk about X, Y, Z. So we got very grand plans. We've been understanding this industry and seeing so many pioneers in the industry. We learned so much that we understand our partnership is critical with any company that is very, very interested in security, and that shows great, wonderful things about your company, guys, about your wonderful project, because you care about your people's and your community security and their well-being, and that speaks a lot. Believe it or not, 9 times out of 10.
Mo, if I can add to that,
Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to say that it's so important. I agree with 100% of what you're saying, only because I don't have too much. When he turns on the sound here, that'll be too loud. Yeah, I mean, we realized that in the past everybody thought about competing with each other, and now it's all about collaborations and partnerships, and companies starting to realize that you do need to have some kind of security as you go through this uncharted water, right? So as you're going into NFTs in the gaming space, the metaverse, it's all really kind of new. I mean, the gamers have known it for years, and they've been protected by your PlayStation or your Xbox and so on. But as it goes into the Web3 and where the future is, people don't have protection, you know. And as Mo said, you know, if you think of Norton and you think of McAfee, you don't know those names back in the day unless it said the word antivirus after it, right? Norton antivirus, McAfee antivirus. REV3AL wants to be the standard and will become the standard in protection and authentication security into all of those spaces I just mentioned. And when you walk into this space with your eyes wide open, unfortunately, even as DJs, as I mentioned, you're getting scammed, right? And it doesn't matter if it's a new blockchain company or it's a new technology that we're partnering with. They're just as worried, or it's a new metaverse. They're just as worried about their own companies as well as their customers from getting scammed and having some kind of level of protection, which is, I like to say, an invisible cloak of security around them. And like Norton started out as Norton Antivirus, it turned into Norton 360 because it has multiple suite of products. So we have multiple security layers and multiple products that we're rolling out. And the best way to kind of explain what REV3AL actually is, at the moment, think of it this way: like when you go to buy a diamond, or if you go to buy a playing card, there's a standard that validates and authenticates that it actually is a real diamond or a real playing card. And so in the diamond field, it's a GIA certificate. In the card field, it's a PSA certificate. Those certificates have to match up to a registry, and only on the side of the, like, either laser etched or put on the side of a card, they have an ID number, and it all has to match up. Think of that for REV3AL as the digital equivalent of those protections. So we provide the verification, authentication, and we are blockchain agnostic. Our technology goes in prior to the minting process. So we don't care what blockchain it's on. We're able to integrate our technology, and we're able to provide that authentication on 3 different platforms. It could be an NFT platform, gaming platform, or the metaverse. And as we go into the metaverse in the future, as Mo mentioned, you know, you could be sporting. A lot of people are going to flex, right? And as they flex, they're going to be wearing a Bored Ape Yacht Club jacket, or some Louis Vuitton shoes, or digital Rolex watch, or some type of fake digital ice. We'll be able to know if it's fake or real because we can scan them from our avatar level and be able to confirm if they're real or if they're fake. So that's going to be a huge thing. We also know if they're proof of existence and identity. Do we know it's a boy, it's a girl, it's a 13-year-old boy that's pretending they're a 50-year-old man? We will be able to know, you know, different aspects of it's artificial intelligence you're talking to, or it's a real person. So these are parts of the REV3AL 360 that we're going to be bringing in, and just a snapshot or just a little insight of what we're doing in the next 60 days. We'll have about 100 partners, and like Mo said, we have about 40 now. So we're super excited to be on the call. I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Yeah, that was really interesting insight, in my opinion. And like for the people who may not see the whole potential behind this partnership yet, I just wanted to add something. Basically, you can see REV3AL on the one side providing this invisible layer of security, and combine that with on-chain identities and how you can apply those on-chain identities to any network out there. You could say basically ONINO will one day be the sign-in with Google for blockchain, and that combined with the complete layer of security that.
Hey, brother, is it me or are you speaking very softly? It comes in very, very vague. We can't hear you. Can you speak a little louder so the audience can hear you?
Okay, that might be a problem
It's
with
very
my
normal.
mic.
It's only
No, a
the
lot better.
NASCAR
Mine's a lot
car
better.
that's
Go ahead.
very loud. Yeah.
So everyone's speaking normally, and NASCAR is very loud. Is it better now?
On my side, I can hear properly.
I can hear you properly as well. So
Okay, yeah. Basically, I just wanted to say again, like, combine the digital identity with the whole security aspect that is REV3AL is providing can just lead to a whole new way we approach and use blockchain and decentralized technologies. So that's for everyone here participating, listening, and thinking, how do these companies actually go into this partnership? This is the whole potential behind this. So yeah, hope you understood it better.
that's a great answer. So I also like when Adam said that none of the future or upcoming projects should be a competitors. It should be like partnership with each other and should be complementary to each others to help to achieve those goals in the future and help.
Yeah, the rising tide raises all ships, right? That's what we're getting at.
Exactly. Right. Also, I forgot to mention whoever who's listening, community members. They're also gonna at the end of it's gonna be a questions from community, which one of you or two of you will be able to win some cash prizes as well. So if you have any hard questions, I mean very hard questions, please make sure you write them down and wait until your turn comes. Right. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So when we talk about blockchain or decentralized infrastructure, a novice usually has the impression of this technology being transparent and secure. So what kind of challenges or threats can they face or should be aware of? And how does ONINO and REV3AL try to solve these issues?
So when you're looking at blockchain, and there's normally they say blockchain is secure. Yes, but what goes on top of blockchain? What layers? What applications? What are you using? So let's say you're using a smart contract. Is it verified? Is it not verified? What kind of limitations does it have? Every blockchain has its pros and has its cons. Like let's start with Ethereum blockchain right now. Wonderful blockchain, but there's a bottleneck there because of the gas fees, but congestion was getting slower, and they've been trying to work this a long time. No, let's go for a much smaller one that's getting up there. They're getting also congested, but they're also having problems scaling as well. Like we've seen Solana. I don't want to talk anything bad. Great project. We were early investors as well. And one of the things with them right now as well, if you look at the problems they've been having, is every blockchain has this problem. But to answer your question, where can you protect yourself? Where you can protect yourself, again, I would say take education. Don't look at other people to protect you. I always take off the responsibility away from the person and I take it upon myself. What can I do to get better? If I want, like, let's say I'm 80 pounds overweight. Let me make an analogy. What do I do to make myself better? Do I go and do I take all these pills and pray that God's going to come and help me and make me 80 pounds thinner? Of course not. That's feudal thinking. What you got to do is put in time, work, understand, learn. What do you got to do and put action? So what do you do in the blockchain space? Start learning about the industry. Put 2 or 3 hours a week. Start learning and understanding where you're investing, what you're putting your time into. Understand not to click on any links, that's been sent to you. Understand that if you get a message that you don't know, don't answer it. Understand that when you go into a website, make sure it's a real website. Never give out your seed keys to anybody. never go and put your wallet to any other sites you don't know. Do not, if you ever get an airdrop of tokens, the other day, even, I'm telling you, it's not that easy as you think. Even we think we're so in tune and understand this industry. The other day I had an airdrop in my, I didn't even know, I had some coins in my wallet, and it sounded familiar, and I went to PancakeSwap just to see. It was like 10 BNBs or something like that, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, man, but you know what? Then I looked. I went and checked what's it called, the BSC, and saw the scan, saw the contract, and saw what was happening in there, and I didn't see much sales. I thought I knew something was fishy, so I did some background check. It was a scam coin. So bear in mind, if you get a coin and you enable it and you actually interact with it, you're giving it permission to enter your wallet as well. So if you're connecting to a site and you're not careful, and so we've got to be very, very careful with these. What REV3AL does is helps you from getting scammed. In what we're going to build is with our security-centric marketplace as well. We're going to clone people's sites so they cannot be able to go and make replicated sites. We cannot, to be able to verify the check mark and be able to see this is REV3AL protected with the NFTs. Be able to see what ONINO, what layer of technology you guys have. If you want to add on anything to that as well, I believe there's going to be a much needed space as you through portals. We have a wonderful program coming out as well. We got a project coming out, which is a metaverse mall, bought a whole floor. We will be able to, we're looking at buying another floor, 1 million square feet, probably expanding it out to 2 million. And we'll be able to, we're talking to a wonderful company yesterday. They got an amazing world, and we'll be able to port through these worlds, through our mall, 2 different worlds. And it's going to be absolutely epic, guys. However, what REV3AL technology will do as well, we'll be able to protect people going through from world to being able to go from the portal to worlds, and be able to protect your avatar as you're going through that to that portal. So we got many different protections. We could help people. However, my basic thing is always take responsibility on yourself. Here's a problem. I'm going to end off with this on this question. Here's a problem with this industry. Guys, you could have the best protection in the whole damn world, but if you don't take responsibility and you don't do the basic things, even says we will not message you first in Telegram, and you go and answer a message and you get scammed, whose fault is that? It's not the person that warned you. It is your fault because you did not take the time to learn about the basic protection. And in crypto, I'm gonna tell you this: if you go out and get scammed, I don't care how rich you are. Let's say you get scammed $1,000 by a phone company. I don't care who you are. You're gonna be on that phone. You're gonna call that carrier, and you're gonna be like, "Man, I want my money back." You know what's gonna happen to you if you don't get my money, and you're gonna fight for that, and you're gonna get your money back. But let's say you get scammed half a Bitcoin or 2 Ethereums, whatever, 1 BNB, doesn't matter. Who are you gonna cry to? You're gonna knock it out. You're gonna just chalk it off as a loss, like everyone else does. So it's very important. If you lose your money here, you're not gonna get it back. So our main thing is also education coming up as well. Yes, we will protect you, but we will also educate you, because there's a lot of education you need in the crypto space. As you would know, Manifesto, people need education in this space as well. You could tell them not to do something, but if they go and do it, it's not really, you know what I mean? There's nothing anyone else can do. Yes, we will give the best protection in all around. We will make sure people are as safe as possible, but there's still a lot of vulnerabilities. There's still a lot of ways you can get scammed if you're not smart enough and you don't take the initiative to learn. I just wanted to say that so everyone understands that it is kind of a choice as well. So they got to take responsibility of their own well-being.
Okay, thanks. Alex, Okay, Lucas?
Yeah, I don't know if there's much to add to that answer, but I like the perspective, and especially that's kind of the key problem of a decentralized space and such an unregulated space, that essentially everyone can build something, everyone can do their own coin, and who is there to validate? Or you could say there's no central validating authority on blockchain. It's a little like there's like you have for websites, the HTTPS standard for secure connections. There's nothing like that in blockchain. That's essentially, on one hand, good, since decentralization is taking the power away from certain entities and giving it back to people, you could say so. But it also comes with so many problems, and that's where people have to educate themselves. And yeah, I guess everyone knows that you want to use new technology and everything is good, but when it comes to the part of actually getting deep into it and getting to know the problems behind it, how you can get scammed, that's where most people say, oh no, that's nothing for me. But that's the place where we have to get to and educate people. So I completely agree with you, Mo.
Okay. Adam, you want to say anything?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Sorry, guys, it's just loud. It's loud where I am. But yeah, we were just touching base on, you know, where we are now and where we are going. I'd like to just touch base on that real quick. And I believe there's a bunch of questions that came in. Was there a specific question that someone wanted to ask?
Okay. Right. So ONINO aims to build an infrastructure to leverage digital identities. So how do you guys plan to store sensitive information to fully decentralized?
So anytime you have a security solution, you're going to have some level of centralization. You cannot have a full security system that is decentralized. Even if you look at Civic and you look at some of the other projects that are out there, they're not decentralized security. So basically what we are going to do, although there's going to be multiple layers of security, but to answer that, our registry is going to have a level of centralization because there's not having to have any type of a monetary value that has to be worried about being hacked. It's a database that'll be protected, encrypted with military-grade encryption, and have redundancies put into it. So when you have anything that has to have some type of a secure, centralized security system, it's the only way. Like an enterprise company would never work on a decentralized security. It would never work. So I hope that answers your question. We're going to have a high level protection on our security.
Nice. So yeah, ONINO guys, so how you guys gonna store sensitive information into fully decentralized?
Yeah, so there are like different aspects. So there's the storage aspect, and then there's the aspect of validating the information that is stored, essentially. So like Adam already said, there has to be some kind of centralized entity behind it for the aspect of validating and the information and being sure that the information is correct and that the person or the individual behind it is really who they say they are. And then when it comes to storage and management of this information, this is where our dual chain architecture basically comes in. So the people who are familiar with ONINO already know, but for the people who are not so familiar with our project, we are building a dual chain, which is essentially one chain is you could say the public transaction interface chain, and then there's one, you could say more or less private encrypted data chain. And on this private encrypted chain, there will be the data stored on it. I won't go into specifics, but there data is fully encrypted and it's basically not scrapable. So no one from the outside, no third party who isn't allowed to have access to your private data will be able to read that private data. And then all the management and all the transaction and sending data from point A to point B will be managed through the public chain. And that's our approach to making this thing fully decentralized. So there's the centralized aspect when it comes to getting data validated and putting it on chain. But once the data is on the chain, the only person who is able to manage their own data is the person itself. And that's where it's fully decentralized.
Nice. Cool. Okay, so the ONINO dashboard will function as an interconnected wallet that can link user-specific metadata to other wallets and chains. So how will this feature be implemented into other services, chains, and general interoperability?
So basically, chain interoperability is a really key important feature to us, and that's why we will also offer several APIs and integration interfaces. So that, for example, I think some of you might have read it. We have this little casino, Ethereum casino example, a light paper, that even projects from other chains can easily integrate with the ONINO services using our APIs. Can say, for example, okay, I want to make an API call to the ONINO service and to verify the identity of this user. And then the ONINO service returns exactly that information that you give free into your ONINO wallet, and then will return to the app that has originally requested your data. So our key focus on developing is also, of course, to make it integratable with other chains and also DeFi or other decentralized projects on other blockchains.
Cool, nice. Also, probably ONINO community also agree a lot with me that you're always saying, well, all you ONINO team saying it's all about simplicity is the key. So you're always bringing this up. So please, can you explain this principle in more detail?
Yeah.
The blockchain can be very complicated, and the services we use today, we are used to just having the solution. Like the applications you have on your phone or your phone itself, just the system, the operating system. You don't think about the technology behind it, and it doesn't matter, and it shouldn't matter. And the great thing with blockchain and crypto, the blockchain brings us new technologies that are amazing and that will enable us to bring new use cases and to do things we weren't, that weren't possible before. And the important thing for mass adoption here is to make it so simple that it is the simplest way to use it. So that people want to use it because of simplicity, because it enables them to do things, and not like it is today. Because I mean, there are things in blockchain that you can do that you can't do in the normal world, and that's why some people converge to there. But it's still a very big hassle to manage the wallets and manage all those things. And like we're talking a lot about security, what is secure, what isn't, and all those applications often also seem half baked. Like you can see that someone was sitting there and coded it. And what we want to do is bring it all into a very simple package where you mostly don't even feel that you're interacting with complex technology. It's just a simple solution that makes sense and helps you.
Oh, thanks a lot, Alex. Okay. As well, ONINO obviously business case potentially nearly endless. So can you explain to me, please, the meaning of business case and specify who can build on ONINO?
Yeah, sure. So basically, the business cases, they originated from like the first brainstorming sessions we had, because we saw blockchain, the technology, and then thought about what would be good to build on the blockchain. You can basically map a whole supply chain of companies on the blockchain. You can put medical records on the blockchain and have them completely safe and secured. You can put your whole digital identity on the blockchain. You can put anything there from passport to your shoe size, and everything that is like, you can say, can be their own layer 2 application is essentially a business case, or you could say a use case in another phrasing. So what we at ONINO do is building the base layer technology, so the ONINO chain, and from there anyone who has the motivation and the skills to build something on the blockchain can do so, and can do it on our chain. You could say any business, for example, if you take a German automobile manufacturer, he can start building their supply chain on the blockchain and mapping them out on the blockchain, and then have the whole structure and process set in stone on the blockchain. And this is essentially what we will enable. We see us as an enabler. And then one day, once the chain is up and running, we will also start building our own layer 2 application, which is, as I mentioned, every layer 2 application is a new business case. You could say every layer 2 application built on ONINO will result in a whole new self-sustaining business.
Oh, great answer. Thank you. Okay, so now about REV3AL. So what are requirements for companies or enterprises to be involved with the REV3AL?
What does the companies require to be?
No, what are requirements for enterprises to be involved with REV3AL?
Well, we're talking to many Fortune 100 companies. We have third level talks with them at the moment, and we actually got a few very well-known Fortune 100 companies we're talking with. The requirements are they want security, they want protection, they want to be in the NFT or the metaverse area, and they want security is a big concern and something that is something of big concern to them. And if they're building an NFT marketplace as well, we could help them. So there's a lot of ways we could help companies. There's no real requirement. I'm not sure if that I get that answer completely. The requirement is they would obviously they have to be able to. Yeah, I don't get that question completely. Requirement. I don't think there's much requirement as a good.
I think let me add to that real quick. So any company that wants to engage with REV3AL, Mo, you got to mute yourself real quick. We will take them on as a custom request, and we're more than happy.
That's what I said, Adam. There's no real requirement.
Metaverse solution.
That's all good. Thank you, guys. You okay, Adam?
Can you guys hear me?
No, we can't.
Now we can. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yeah. So what I was saying is any enterprise that has some kind of a digital media that they want to bring to the market, or an NFT marketplace, like a way that they can actually leverage into the Web3, we would be more than happy on a case by case basis to have conversations with them for a custom integration of our solution.
Great. Thanks a lot. So yeah, really great answers. Really big, two big companies or projects. I've seen there is few community members who wish to ask the question if they're still here. So if anyone wants to ask any questions.
We got 3 minutes left. Let's keep this to an hour time. But yeah, if you have one or two more good questions, we could definitely go for that.
If any of you guys have any questions, please raise your hand, and then I will unmute you, and you will be able to ask a question. I think also there was one question from one big Fibber family. His question is a little rundown on the next steps and how the verifier will get connected, build it on your ONINO wallets, and later blockchain. I think this more question is based for ONINO, guys.
Yeah,
Yes,
so basically the plan. Oh, after you, Lucas.
Yeah, looking at the time, I'll try to keep the answer short, and we will go into more specifics at another time. So we will launch the wallet verifier in the next month, and basically onboard more and more companies when the time progresses to have their contracts, their wallets, and everything verified, so any individual can see if a wallet or ID is safe in general. And then from there, we will add certain features step by step to have continued user testing, have instant feedback loop, and then at the end, have it turn out into the ONINO dashboard. First, it will be centralized, especially the data structure behind it. But once the chain is developed and completely up and running, I'm talking about the mainnet and not the testnet, this will be transferred over to a decentralized data structure.
Nice, perfect. All right, is anyone else wants to ask a question? Obviously, guys, there is the links to the both communities, both REV3AL and ONINO. So if you have any questions in the future you wish to ask, please don't hesitate. Ask the questions. Obviously, we're gonna try to answer those questions as much as we can. Both from the team members from ONINO and REV3AL, they are very engaging with the communities. So if there is a question you wish to ask directly, they will obviously will do their best to answer those questions. But yeah, I think really those ONINO and REV3AL projects are really great. They have huge goals in the future. I'm really happy to have this conversation with you guys together, and can't wait to see what you guys have in the future for sure. So if any of you guys want to say the last words, please do so.
Yeah,
I'd like to thank REV3AL to having been there. Thank you, Manifesta, for moderating that. I hope you all had a great time, had many insights, and yeah, looking forward to hearing more from you.
Thanks,
And hey guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much for understanding that we're on our way. Like I said, in NASCAR, we had a fantastic time with you guys. I know Audio is going to be an amazing partner. We're super excited about the partnership and what you guys are bringing to the table and to the space. And like I said at the beginning, your time is valuable, and we truly appreciate you guys. And we're looking forward to the future because we know it's going to be bright. That's why we're wearing sunglasses, right? But you guys are awesome, and thank you so much. And you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Cheers, guys.
And I really hope so. We're gonna have another MEA nearby in the future to discuss what we accomplished, or you guys together accomplished together.
Absolutely. Manifesto, thank you so much for putting this, coordinating this, and Alex, Kai, Niles, you got some amazing team here in ONINO. We are very blessed and grateful to work with everybody. We look forward to our partnership, and yeah, definitely looking forward to adding value to your ecosystem. Can't wait to see your guys' progress. And you know what? This industry is all about helping each other and winning. So we love to see your journey. God bless you guys, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Adam. Thank you,
very
Alex,
much.
Kai, Lucas, and everyone who joined today. So I hope to see in the future way more AMLAs than you have now.
Joining. And thanks for the moderation, Manifesta.
Sorry?
Thank you for moderating the MA.
Yes,
I'll try my
thank you.
best, guys, but I'm a bit ill, so I'll try
Yes,
to
especially regarding that was really great. Thank you very much, Manifesta. Get well soon.
Thank you very much for you guys. And hope everyone else
Have a great
enjoys. And
weekend.
like I said, if you have any questions, please make sure you ask, and we will make sure to answer all of these questions.